What exactly does you've told me about like the experience with Haley, but just in general, I mean, what does having a bed to sleep in do for a child?
Yeah.
What's special about a bed? What sort of effects or positive effects are you seeing in a child's life who has a
And
bed?
we do surveys once in a while just to kind of keep up with that exact thing. Impact surveys, what the
Mhm.
pre and post results of a child getting a bed, and the numbers are amazing, right? Not only are they getting a good night's sleep, that's the first and obvious one, right? But a good night's sleep, or I should say a bad night's sleep, they actually attribute it to some autism in early development. These kids, the mood and behavior is one of the biggest telltale signs. You go ask a teacher who doesn't have a bed, or if she was to guess who doesn't have a bed, she'd probably be pretty accurate, because these kids come, they don't get a good night's sleep, ever really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're not prepared to learn. Their grades suffer. That's the educational side and the behavioral side. Now go to the social side. These kids, they don't like friends coming over because they don't have a bed to sleep in, right? They can't have sleepovers, right? Well, I had a good buddy of mine come up to me and he says, Luke, it's actually kind of ironic that you call it SHP. And I said, why is that? He says, well, me and my sister, we grew up in a pretty rough home, right? And a lot of times we had to sneak away to our secret hiding place, our SHP,
Oh,
and it was our bed. And it
wow.
really hit me. I thought, that's so true. We need a place to escape. As adults, we do that all the time. And as Mike Rowe, even on Mike Rowe's podcast that you and I were talking about before we started here, he brought up a very interesting point. He says, we talk about these kids' bedrooms, but there's no bed in it. So it's not a bedroom, it's just a room. And when you
Yeah.
think about that, it's so true. It's no different than the living room. It's no different than a room in the house, because there's no bed in it. And that means a lot when you think about it.